Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea Tranquility. Yes, it's Wednesday. Yes, it's new albums review day or new album review day, but we are talking about new albums. Today, we're going to take a look at the fourth solo release from the always capable, very talented guitar slinger from Greece, Gus G, Quantum Leap on AFM Records. This is the Digipack release that has a bonus live CD, which is pretty cool. So, like I said, this is his fourth release. He's got I Am the Fire from 2014, Brand New Revolution 2015, Fearless in 2018, and now Quantum Leap here in 2021. So, as we kind of take a look, there's Mr. Gus, who's got his real name. If any of you guys want to know his real name, I'll try and pronounce this. Konstantinos Karamitrouodis, something like that. Gus G sounds a little bit easier to say. Let's take a look here. So here we got the two discs. The bonus live CD was taken from a short show in Budapest 2018 that was on the Fearless tour. I believe it was a festival gig, right? So here you've got the booklet. And again, pictures of the maestro there with some information on each of the songs. He gives like a little explanation on the ideas behind, the writing of all of these instrumental tracks, which is pretty damn good. So, of course, you've got Gus on all guitars, keyboards, bass on a couple tracks, Dennis Ward on bass on the bulk of the album, Vincent Velasco on drums, and then a guy named Strutter plays keyboards on a few tracks. And then the live DVD, or live CD, you've got Gus on guitars and backing vocals, Dennis Ward bass and vocals. There are a couple vocal tracks because his previous solo albums he would have some vocal tracks as well. And Johan Nunez on drums. Composed, recorded, and mixed April 2020 to January 2021. All music and arrangements by Gus G. Guitars recorded at Blackfire Studio. So on and so forth. Anyway, so how's the album, you might ask? It's really good. I have, in more recent years, I've kind of, soured a little bit on these like all-instrumental guitar albums because, quite frankly, we've had so many of them and so many really good ones in like the 80s and the early 90s that, and this, and here we are 30 years later, it sometimes feels like we've kind of heard and seen everything that there is to be seen with an instrumental guitar-based album. I will say Gus has put together some pretty catchy melodies and pretty memorable songs here. Some of it's really heavy, some of it's a little more fusion-y. I'm reminded a lot of like Joe Satriani's Surfing with the Alien as far as the memorable, melodic hooks go, but there's a lot of crunch on here. There's a lot of heavy stuff on here. I wouldn't say any of this veers into like Firewind power metal type stuff, but there's some pretty cool down-tune heavy riffing going on here that, wouldn't sound out of place on, like an Ozzy or Sabbath or Black Label Society record, and there's some really tasty soloing. Some of the great, the title track is really good. Enigma of Life is killer. I like Judgment Day a lot. Some good heavy riffing on there. Fierce and Demon Stop. In fact, I might say Judgment Day, Fierce, and Demon Stop are three tracks right in the middle of the album that are pretty damn heavy. Have some really impressive riffing and tasty soloing. You got Night Driver, Not Forgotten, both really cool. The finishing track, track number 11, features a duet between Gus and Vinnie Moore. All right, the great Vinnie Moore, of course, recently with UFO for many years. Force Majeure. So you got both guys dueling back and forth on blazing neoclassical guitars. Pretty cool. Exosphere is really good. Chronestia is good. Enigma of Life. It's all really good, memorable stuff. It's hard to talk about an instrumental guitar album like this because it's like, all right, well, the solo in this song is good. The riff in this song is good. There's a nice melody. You got good bass and drums. It's very pleasing to the ear. None of the songs are overly complex and just an excuse to just solo with abandon. He's crafted some very nice melodies they're catchy, right? There's some melodic hooks going on here, which I like. Not easy to do on an album without vocals. And more importantly, some really good riffs on here. I mean, he has proven in his career to be a good riff master anyway, but he's added some really nice ones on here. So this is really good. The Live in Budapest CD sounds pretty good. Like I said, it's probably from the festival. You've got the title track to the new album, Fearless. You got Mr. Manson, which is cool, kind of dark and riffy and quirky. Letting Go. They do a version with vocals, of course, of Cold Sweat, the Thin Lizzy classic with John Sykes. Almost identical to the original Thin Lizzy version, right down to the solos, to the Sykes solos. I mean, everything is basically exactly the same. It's pretty good, pretty cool. You got Force Majeure, which an early version of that, which would appear on this album. And then I think what's really cool is they do like a heavy metal version of Dire Straits' Money for Nothing, which is really cool because they add a lot of different elements to it. It's really dirgy and heavy and doomy in spots. I like, we just did an episode on the Hudson Valley Squares last night about cover albums and cover songs, and I talked about how I like when a band or an artist brings something different to a classic song and doesn't just play it exactly like the original. So props for this, and then Thrill of the Chase is the last song on there. It's about 31 or 32 minutes long, the bonus disc of live stuff, so, pretty cool to have here. But the regular Quantum Leap album, very enjoyable, I think. Like I said, if you like, instrumental guitar albums that are not all about the shred and have songs that are memorable and pretty heavy too. Lots of good guitar playing, riffs and solos, but it's not a complete shred fest. You'll like this. Really good. Good job, well done, Gus. Quantum Leap on AFM Records. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're on YouTube all the damn time. Rating of this. We usually do a 0 to 5 ranking system on SOT, so I'm going to go with a solid 4 out of 5 on this. Very enjoyable. Lots of tasty guitars. Memorable songs. Gus G, Quantum Leap. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you here throughout the day with some more new album reviews. Lots of good stuff coming up. So stay tuned. And then, of course, tomorrow we've got the Monsters Den. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite male horror film icons. Those actors that just kind of appeared quite a bit over the years, and we just can't get enough of them. So stay tuned for that. And Martin Popoff and I at the Funhouse Friday morning, and then album homework assignment on Sunday. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell. If you want to make a channel donation, we've got the link to our Ko-Fi page below, as well as the link to our merch page, where you can get all sorts of cool SOT-related stuff, and the link to our webzine. So thanks for watching. I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one.